So, the government's given us the official go-ahead to reopen our bars and restaurants on the 1st of June, but obviously there's some new strict guidelines in place to keep social distancing at bay. So, yeah, today I'm here to kind of sort out the premises and make it coronavirus friendly. And, yeah, let's begin. So, I've been receiving a lot of questions, mostly through Facebook, asking about my business and how it's going to get through the coronavirus period. And amongst those questions are people asking if they can do the same. Can they set up a business with no money and make a lot of money? And the answer to all of that is yes. You just need a bit of determination and do a bit of research into the market you're getting into. So, I understand that my video where I was starting my business was a bit bland and a bit confusing, so I'm going to run through the exact process of how I started this business. First of all, I needed to find an investor and a property that I needed to invest in. And that's how I came up with this place. I knew this was being sold because it's actually somebody that I'd met here before when I'd come on holiday, and they mentioned they were selling the property and going through the process of selling it for around 800,000 euros. Now for me, that's completely unrealistic to buy, and no investor's going to give me 800,000 euros. But I knew it was also being sectioned into two pieces. So it was going to be a property plus the kitchen, or as they call it, the goodwill. So the kitchen alone was 255,000 euros, and that's currently what I'm buying. I'm buying the business name and the kitchen for 255,000 euros. So an investor has given me a lump sum of money to pay for that, and I've got to pay him back plus a load of interest. So after about 4 or 5 years, it's possible, depending how the business goes, to completely cover all my costs. On top of that, I've got the rent of the property. Now that's 6,000 a month. So I'm paying a kitchen for about 4,000 to 5,000 a month, and the rent of this property for 6,000 a month, including tax. Now we get on to the business side of it. First of all, in order to do it in this country, you have to go to a place called the gemeente, which is the municipality, and there you can register for citizenship in Holland. So you'll need to rent an apartment or just get something with your name on to show that you're actually living in this country, and then sign in at that address at the gemeente. Once you have your address logged into the system, they'll print you a piece of paper that has a BSN number on, and that's a citizen number so that you can open a bank account and do what you need to do with like proof of identity and where you live and that you're in Holland. So that's the first step. Once you have your BSN number, you need to open a business bank account so that you can obviously take money in and separate it from your private account. So that's a whole nother easy thing. Each one of these processes literally takes 15 minutes. Opening a bank, 15 minutes. Signing into the country, 15 minutes. The hard work is finding the property. And then after that, you'll need to go to the KVK, it's the Chamber of Commerce. In the UK, we call it the Chamber of Commerce. Over here, it's KVK. And what you'll do there is register your business name. So you'll say, I want to open Thai Street Bar. Is the name taken? If it's not taken, you can register there and then, and that will now be your business name. You get to keep that name and trade under that name, pay your taxes through that business name, that sort of thing. And then once that's done, you're pretty much free to do what you want. So after those few steps are completed, I got to move in. Obviously I got gambling machines, so there's then contracts involved. You need to phone people and say, like, would you put in 2 gambling machines for me? I'll give you the split of the profits. Currently it's a 60-40 split for the guy that's leaving his machines here. And if there's any problems with them, I open them up and I kind of deal with if it jams or something, like basic things. If it runs out of coins, then we have to put our own coins back in, then we'll claim them back from the mat. Then you need, for this particular business, if you're going for a restaurant or bar, you need somebody who's working here to have a social hygiene certificate. It's a legal requirement for anyone that's serving alcohol within the Netherlands, so social hygiene is a must. And in that case, I've got Lynn, and there was another lady working here for a little while called Anne, who both had social hygiene certificates, so I don't have to worry about having one myself. Maybe in the future I will consider getting myself one. But on top of that, you've then got licenses you need, like to play music. I'm obviously broadcasting to public people that are in here, so I need a license for the music. That's about 125 euros a month. And on top of that, I've got the cash register. That's also provided by a service company, so if anything goes wrong, they come out, they fix it. It's all their responsibility for any problems with that machine, and I pay about €125 a month to keep that going. Now, I did notice on my last video there were a few comments about the business saying it's completely unrealistic. The figures that I've given are absolutely crazy and that it's not possible to make that much money. Realistically, from an English point of view and working in England and seeing the business models in England, yeah, you're completely right in your judgment of saying it's not possible to make that much money. Over here, not sure if I should actually say this, but the profit margin is between 75 and 85%. So everything we sell, we make about 75 to 85% profit. So from that kind of perspective, you can understand why now I saw this as a completely viable option to make that sort of money. And when I showed you the figures on my video a few videos back, I was pulling in like 40,000 a month. And when you think 85% profit, you're kind of thinking, right, that's possible. Yeah, you can pay your bills, you can do everything. You're making a bit of money on the side. It's the first time I've been able to buy like designer sunglasses, designer shoes, all the bits and pieces with the money that's coming in from that. So it does actually make a lot of money, regardless of what people may be thinking. Amsterdam is a completely different story to anywhere else in the world. The public traffic that comes by in this particular street, it's packed every single day. So when you kind of estimate around 4% of the people that walk past could potentially be coming in as your customers, and then you work out how much you're going to sell, and we're open for a long period of the day, it pulls in a hell of a lot of money. So yeah, that's basically the process you need to go through to start a business. You need to register with an address, you need to open a bank account, you need to register at the KVK, Chamber of Commerce, with your business name, you need a property, you need the licensing for what you're going to do in your property, whether that's social hygiene or music licenses or whatever you're kind of going for. You need the council to come out, you need the members of the Commensa to come out to measure your sound readings so you're not disturbing all your neighbours, make sure you know your maximum settings, and you need to know roughly what you're doing with your market. So it's as simple as that to start a business. The hardest part is finding the money. If you can find an investor, it's a piece of cake. So most importantly, find an investor that's invested in you as a person and your ideas. Somebody who's going to help you along the way and really help you get through the hard times. Because if you've just got somebody who's going to throw money at you, maybe you fail, you can't make the payments back, and they're just sitting there rubbing their hands, making a quick buck, knowing the courts will take the money if you can't pay them. So you want an investor that's really going to help you, somebody that's a genuine person who can see your determination to run a business, and then you'll get somewhere. And that's the reason why I'm going to get through the coronavirus period. The investor I've got has literally just sent me over €5,500 to restock all my drink, all my food, my kitchen, pay the bills, just to make sure this place continues to run after the coronavirus disappears a little bit and lets us reopen. And talking of reopening, that's why I'm here today. I've got to follow the new government guidelines, which means every table must be 1.5 metres apart. I'll be limited to the number of people that I'm allowing inside. And once again, the investor's given me a bit of leniency and is going to give me a bit of the benefit of the doubt, because he knows it's a hard time and we can't pull in as much money as we like. So in this time, I've just got to make it kind of coronavirus friendly and take it from there, really. So that's the end of today's video. I hope it's been educational in some way to you, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.